what stood out in the platform? We know you're not from HR background, and this is just a week worth of training, which is nothing really in the scheme of things. But what stood out for you as a feature that you connected with the most?
Honestly, the recruitment workflow. That was mind-blowing to be. I kept having this feeling like when I'd press on the reference checks that some subconscious part of me was like, oh, you've got to do this. And then it'd hit me like, there's nothing else I need to do because those automations were set up. Those automations were set up, and as soon as I moved that candidate through to that part of the progressing stage in that recruitment workflow, I was so used to having so many steps in other softwares I've used, obviously not in HR, but just in every kind of software I've used, there's always a second step. But having that just be the immediate reaction of knowing and seeing, physically seeing with candidate, it was mind-blowing. It was like, wow, I've set this up, and now for the rest of this, I don't even have to think about that. That's done. And that was just to think of myself in a HR perspective, the time I would save, and your time's valuable in HR. You've got people coming to you with personal issues, you've got people coming to you with technical issues, you've got people coming to you with all issues, and you're a problem solver. So to be able to have tech, software that is essentially a problem solver for you, that's just mind-blowing. That whole recruitment workflow was just... I was so impressed. To be perfectly honest, I went home and told my boyfriend about it. I was like, I've got to show you this. It was mind-blowing.
This is unbelievable. This is really unbelievable. To see that passion and to see that connection, and it's all, the reason, what's behind that is that connection that we built, with the training. The training made all that connection happen. Yeah, it's really great. Phenomenal.
Yeah, and look, as you've been saying, that I'm not somebody for time wasting. So to have software that is essentially made for people that don't want to be wasting their time, that don't want to have to take that unnecessary extra step. To have that in front of me is genuinely something really interesting.
It really is what you're saying. You haven't. I'm just blown away, and I'll tell you why. This lady knows what I'm talking about. Alicia, this whole big thing when we sat down and it's been a passion of mine to say, look, how do you pitch this platform not to HR people, to the CEO, director, CEO, owner, etc., meaning not HR person but decision maker, meaning you don't want too many HR buzzwords. HR buzzwords, the HR people will understand those words, but CEO, different kind of value proposition to them. What is that value proposition? And exactly what you just touched on is what we discussed, is the fact that you want HR people to have time to do real HR work, not admin crap.
That's not their job. That's not their job. They hire people to do admin, but then because they are the ones that only have that clearance, they have to do the admin work. So to have a platform where that admin work is technically done for them in the back end, it's set up, it's automated, it's there. If you've got it either in your library, you've got the work flowing through, you've got all the information flowing through the whole process. It's just... wow, I can't imagine how relieving it would be for somebody to have that in front of them and just, look, when you guys said SBS was one of your clients, that was, now it makes so much sense. And to hear that SBS, a channel I've watched since I was a kid, is using this software, it makes complete sense. Companies like that need something like this.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
You've watched
exactly.
a lot of Warner Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. They need this.
The creators of the MasterChef. That's another example. She
I
loves
could be
cooking.
on MasterChef.
You should be. Not this year, in a year time. You're happy to... How many months do you have to take off for the pro show? More than a month? Or?
Oh, yeah, probably.
So,
I'll just film. I'll just be
months.
like Martian Logic. You guys can come with. And just start promoting.
In 18 months, please. All right, cool. We'll support you 100%.
Yeah, awesome.
Take a month off. No problem. All right. So, in saying that, it's really interesting how from very little experience or knowledge, with HR, she got it about the whole time efficiency so they can have time to do real HR work. So the way we, to just dig into that a little bit, where we take that to the next level, we say, so what happens if you're an HR person who isn't doing real HR work because of the admin stuff? What will happen? 3 bad things in a sense, bad, and the opposite would be good. So what do we mean by that? The HR person will end up quitting because they're not doing interesting stuff. what they're going to put on their resume? I've been doing admin for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. So they want to do real HR work. They want to sit down with managers, head of divisions. How can we help you? How can we improve the retention? How can we create different working hours and flexibilities and different rewards and benefits and bonus scheme and all that? That is what's clever.
Yeah.
Let's have time to survey employees. Let's have time to talk to employees and understand how they feel, how we can make them happier so they stay and more productive. That's real HR work, yeah? Retention. Hiring the best people, retain the best people, yeah? So in saying that, they will quit. They're overwhelmed and doing rubbish work. Clearly the manager not going to get the best people, is not going to perform, the CEO is not happy, the whole company is not happy. So all that lose. The reverse of that, when something like Martian Logic comes in and streamlines all these processes, and not just streamlines them, creates good visibility and working relationships between the managers, those head of divisions and HR, then they are staying because they are doing less work, all the automations, they're doing more interesting work, and the managers are happy.
Yeah, Martian Logic is honestly almost turning into the skeleton of the body of the company. Like, seriously, it's like the HR people need to be there so that the company can thrive.
Yes.
So if they're quitting because of things such as systems not working, as software being too taxing, as the way they have things, then that skeleton will crumble. So having that skeleton be there, which would be the systems, which would be the software Martian Logic, so that HR can thrive, then the company's going to thrive.
Yes.
They can hire people, they can bring other people in, they can find new talent, and then they can make the CEO happy. And if the CEO happy, that's great. And if the workers
You're
happy,
speaking my language now. Okay, so...